Hello and welcome. This is me, Azadeh. I want to say uh, I'm proud of you to be here now and take action. It means that you are ready to take charge of your healing journey, and I'm so proud of you to be here. So, thank yourself, acknowledge yourself to be here and taking this important step that you have taken now to be in this to start this healing journey with these four important basic steps. So it's very easy that we hear a lot of advice and we get dizzy and we don't know how to begin our healing journey or how to end it. So with this, I want you to learn this so you have taken this with you through whole your life. And please take notes. It's easy to forget uh, everything that we going through the days. When you take notes, it's much easier to remember how to do it. And this notes is for you. When you take notes, you automatically remember it much easier after. You don't need to read it after, but you'll remember it somehow much better. So it's the same thing if you're holding a pen in your hand. Let us start. And to say it again, these four steps has no age limit or gender. As long as you are human and walking in this planet, these four steps is for everyone. So let us start. First of all, I want to start with acknowledgement. When you acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your feelings, acknowledge where you are, you gather this deep understanding of yourself. In every healing or everything, every process in life, everything starts within. When you start to acknowledge yourself, you have much easier to acknowledge others too, to understand others too. So to begin your healing journey, you need to understand yourself first. You need to acknowledge yourself first. Acknowledge those feelings that you feel. Acknowledge the state you are in. Acknowledge that sometimes you need to be in bed a little bit longer. You need to take this shower a little bit longer. Or you just don't want to take a shower. If you start your healing journey with guilting yourself for things that you cannot do, your healing process is going to take so much longer. So first step is acknowledge yourself for everything, that where you are at, and accept it. Just acknowledge and accept that you are the way you are and you feel the way you feel. When you do this, start with this process and acknowledgement, you take this with you through these steps. And when you start with acknowledgement, it's much easier for you to move through the others. When you acknowledge how you feel, then it's much easier to go to the next level, next step that actually is have the courage to feel. When you acknowledge those feelings, we take with us the acknowledgement through the feelings too. The second part is have the courage to feel your feelings. When you start to feel your feelings, and you need to understand those emotions emotions have connected with the feelings too, and acknowledge them what they are. You don't need to label them. And mostly when we feel hurt, we get angry, but behind that anger mostly is a hurting feeling. We are shocked or hurt that someone could do that to us or do that to others. But when you take acknowledgement in those feelings moment, it's much easier for you to heal. And talk or write down. When you don't talk, you make a volcano inside of you to grow. And when it grows and you keep not talking, it's your body going to be affected. And your body going to tell you something is wrong. You start to feeling pain, different pain in your body. So acknowledging your feelings, and you don't label them. let them come and go and be visitor of your in your body. If you're feeling sad, it's too much for you to feel those, you feel angst, you feel angst, and you feel panic attacked, and you don't know what to do. Breathe. Breathe in your belly. Get some fresh air. Ground yourself. Just hold your hands on your belly and acknowledge yourself that this is how I feel now. I'm safe now. I'm feeling this feeling. Is a reason for this feeling. I'm safe here where I'm standing. Everything's going to be okay. And I'm okay. I am healed. I am okay. When this calm down, if you feel this is never gonna calm down, talk to someone or write down. You can talk to healer, you can talk to therapist, you can talk to your doctor, you can talk to family or friends or stranger. You can talk to trees, birds, animals, ocean, lake, to soil, to everything that is. The important part is that you acknowledge those feelings and talk to someone. And we are often think that the thing that we feel and things that I think about, we are the only one in this world that having these feelings or having these thoughts. But this is not true. We all go through this. We all have these feelings and thoughts. So this is the most important part, to have the courage to feel without labeling them. Let them come and go as a visitors to your body, and sit along with them to understand that their hurt and sadness and grief and maybe lack of self-love, and mostly is lack of self-love. So give yourself to feel them without becoming them, without becoming your feelings. When you make those feelings to be you, your healing process becomes much longer. What I mean with that is, when you label yourself, I am always sad, I am so damaged, I never will heal. This feeling is, I am always suicidal, I'm always in this heartbroken. Everything you put after I am, you become. So just be conscious about the words you're telling yourself through this feeling moment. I know it takes a lot of courage. I'm so proud of you to feel those feelings, but be very conscious about how you label yourself and label those feelings. So let them come and go as a visitor without you making it become part of you, that this is how you are always. We are not always the same feelings. We are not always sad. We are not always happy. And there is not such a thing that there are bad feelings and good feelings. We are so good with that, to label them as bad and good, but feelings just are. We need to acknowledge those feelings, that feelings just is. Feeling just is feelings. So this is the first step, and keep doing notes. I'm proud of you taking notes, and acknowledging. Acknowledge is a first step, and second part is acknowledging your feelings. Acknowledgement, it's gonna come in every step of the way. And the third step, start with forgiveness with you. First with you. You need to forgive everything with you. This third steps, why is important with forgiving yourself first, because in everything, when you start with your forgiving yourself, acknowledging this forgiveness for yourself, it's much easier to take the second step, to do the second part. So start with the forgiving every time you said something ugly to yourself, to your body. You didn't acknowledge yourself. For every time you were silent when you needed to speak up. For every time you said something and hurt someone. For every time you didn't know better and you have been this mad on yourself for too long. And for every time you have said something ugly or nasty to your body or to every part of you. When you start to acknowledge your forgiveness journey this way, from first with yourself, it's much easier to do second part. Second part is to forgiving others. If you feel this way that I cannot forgive because the other person is doing me so harm that I cannot forgive that person, then go back to the first part. Start with that again, to acknowledge that you cannot forgive this situation or this person. Acknowledging yourself in this forgiveness journey is most important thing you do to learn to how to forgive others. And by forgiving others, it doesn't mean that you want them back in your life. It doesn't mean that you understand that the thing that you have done is right. You are not agree with them that what they have done to you is right. No, not at all. Forgiveness is all about you. When you are forgiving, you let go of the power they have over you. It doesn't mean their karma is clean when you forgive them. No, forgiveness has nothing to do with others. It has everything to do with you. When you go hold on to this pain that others have done you wrong and you didn't deserve this, you give your power away to someone to keep hurting you for the thing they have done once or twice, that they keep hurting you through your whole life. Take your power back. Acknowledge yourself that I'm the bigger person. I do this forgiveness for me. Why I need to forgive others is because of me. I'm letting go of the hurt. I'm forgiving this thing that happened. Let it go with it's actually the last part, letting go. So I'm forgiving this person or this situation and myself in that moment. And by forgiving, I'm setting my soul free. This person, this event has no power over me anymore. You empower yourself in another new level. You take your power back and make your healing journey become yours. You stand much stronger in your voice, in your feelings, in your whole being when you forgive the thing that need to be forgiven. And all of this is about you, has nothing to do with the others. Is taking your power back and empower yourself through this journey. And the last part, last step, the fourth step, and acknowledging that, acknowledge yourself. First of all, acknowledge yourself when you forgive the others, that keep acknowledging yourself. Acknowledge yourself that I did it. When you acknowledge yourself and this feeling, your healing get in new level. And the last step, fourth step, letting go. We hear it all the time. Let go, let go, let go, let go. But if we don't take those three first steps, it's hard for us to let go. How can you let go of something if you have not acknowledged the, first of all, Acknowledge yourself or feel the way they feel. That you are the way you are. And forgive the way, if you haven't forgiven, how can you let go of something if this keep bothering you? You cannot let go of something before you have done those steps. So, and let go. How we let go? Accepting and let go. When you have done those first steps, all of them, letting go becomes easier after a while. There's many ways to letting go. You can first imagine yourself that you are where you are sitting or standing or whatever. Imagine this person or this event in a bubble, and you're telling this bubble with the event or thing, thank you for everything you have I have learned from you. Thank you from this event, everything I have learned in this event, every thing that every hurtful thing, every wisdom that you have gained, and your service is not longer needed. I'm letting you go. And imagine this bubble just goes to the black hole in the universe. If it is small things that it need to let go of, you can imagine you have a bow and you see the thing in front of the bow and you just pull it to the black hole. This is two very easy steps of letting go. And the third one is write it down and give thanks for every wisdom, everything that have been, and burn it. Make a ceremony out of it and burn it. And imagine when this burn, the burden is gone. You have let it go. There is nothing more to hold on to. This is gone. When you give yourself permission to accept and let go, you make your healing process roll around much faster. So letting go is not easy if you don't know how to start, but when you do those 4 steps, letting go becomes much easier. And acknowledging yourself through the whole thing, whole process. Acknowledge as much as you can, as much as you do. When you start with acknowledgement and end with acknowledging, is your change your whole vibration from this nagging thing in your head to more understanding. So this was for now, and I hope to see you on my next course. So thank you. I'm so proud of you to have watched this telling me that you are ready and you are good to go and everything's gonna be just fine. So hip hip hooray for you, and I'm looking forward to see you next. Bye bye.